And welcome. If I could get your attention, please, we'll get proceedings underway. On behalf of the team at the TCS Sydney Marathon, presented by ASICS, we are delighted that you could join us here this morning. My name is Eloise Sawyer and I'll be your host this morning. Now, I actually made my 2023 Sydney Marathon debut right here in the backdrop of Sydney, obviously, and it was such a memorable day for myself. And I was actually captured running across the Sydney Harbour, and that photo's gone on to be used for a lot of promotional things for Sydney Marathon, but it's been used this week in the build-up to promote this weekend's race. And I was humbled by some friends when they asked me why they used my face alongside Eliud Kipchoge to promote the race. But I said anything to promote Sydney Marathon, and I'm actually humbled to be among some of the best. And we will meet some of those athletes here this morning, including Kipchoge. So we are very much in for a very exciting morning. But before we begin, I'd like to invite Auntie Lola Ryan from the Gajaga Foundation and Nat Heath, CEO and founder of TriMob, to the stage for the Welcome to Country and Yidaki performance.
Nangbi Nagan Anilola, Nagan Gully Darrell, La Perouse, Nagan Nuranang Nalamanang, Gadigal, Nagan Gamma Maringai, Darawalanga. Welcome, I'm Anilola and I am a Darawal elder from La Perouse, and I acknowledge that we are gathered on the land of the Gadigal people. And I introduce myself in our Darawal language. Our Darawal language is being brought back into our community through many years of research through our Gajaga Foundation. So something that our community are very proud of. It is being taught in many of our schools, daycare centres and preschools. And I'm only just learning my language now. I didn't speak my language when I was younger. I was born on an Aboriginal reserve and it was run by missionaries, so you were only allowed to speak English, so my parents and my grandparents couldn't teach the children the language. I'd like to pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging, and extend that respect to all of you who are here today. It's a pleasure to be here to welcome you to the TCS Sydney Marathon of 2025. I did do a welcome at Moore Park, I think it was last year for the same. I think it was the Sydney Marathon then, and it was really exciting to meet some athletes. And I've also done many other welcomes around the area. I always pay my respects to our ancestors, as they only took what they needed to survive, and that way none of the families went hungry, and how we have survived for over 65,000 years. Budjeri, Nandawabi, thank you and have a great day. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Auntie Lola and Nat, for that beautiful welcome to country. Well, this morning, ladies and gentlemen, we come together to officially launch what will be a truly historic edition of the TCS Sydney Marathon presented by ASICS. In just a few days' time, Sydney will host the first ever Abbott World Marathon Major in the Southern Hemisphere. An achievement that places our city on the same global stage as an esteemed group of races, including the Tokyo Marathon, Bank of America Boston Marathon, TCS London Marathon, BMW Berlin Marathon, Bank of America Chicago Marathon, and TCS New York City Marathon. The TCS Sydney Marathon is supported by the New South Wales Government, via its tourism and major events agency, Destination New South Wales, and would like to thank the Honourable Steve Camper, Minister for Lands and Property, Minister for Multiculturalism, Minister for Sport and Minister for Jobs and Tourism for attending today. We'd also like to welcome representatives from Abbott World Marathon Majors, race directors and senior staff from Tokyo, London, New York, Cape Town and Chicago to the Sydney Opera House here today, the centrepiece of our finish line for our event on Sunday. And what a backdrop and what the weather. The weather has really turned on today and it's also looking quite good for Sunday as well. Well, this year's event is our biggest yet, with a record-breaking 35,000 runners set to take on the streets of Sydney, making our event the largest marathon to ever be held in Australia. And what a year to do it. Well, 2025 marks the 25th anniversary of the Sydney Olympic Games. The marathon, which was born as a legacy of those games, continues to unite communities, inspire runners and celebrate the spirit of Sydney. From the iconic Blue Start line in North Sydney to our volunteer uniforms inspired by those worn in 2000, the Olympic legacy will be front and centre throughout this year's event. Now, we could not be here today without the support of our incredible partners. We'd like to extend our heartfelt thanks to Vikram Singh, Vice President and Country Head TCS Australia and New Zealand, Mr Mark Brunton, General Manager, and Ms Simone Bushnell, General Manager of Marketing, ASICS Oceania, for being here today. We'd also like to extend our thanks to Simon Hollingsworth, CEO, and Jane Fleming, President, and Steve Mongetti from the Board of Australian Athletics, the owners of the TCS Sydney Marathon. Now, at the close of formalities today, we'd like an incredible selection of food created by the wonderful team here at Sydney Opera House, and we invite you to stay, mingle, and of course, enjoy this spectacular view. Now, before we get into it, let's take a moment to reflect on the incredible journey that's brought us to this point. The excitement is building across the city and Sydney is ready to shine. What better way to set the stage than a sneak peek of what's in store this Sunday?
We don't just run, we chase. Records, dreams, better versions of ourselves. This moment was not handed to us, we earned it. This city, it wears sweat like a badge of honour. We're underdogs and we never give up. No backing down, no holding back. We're all heart and we're all in. We rise, we roar, we race, and now we run with the grace, because we are no longer next. We are now. This is not just a marathon. This is Sydney. And this is what we're made of. Welcome to the majors.
Well, what a moment and what a build-up for this weekend's event. If there is a last-minute bib, Wayne, I might be hitting you up for that because I'm inspired to get out there and run this weekend. It is now my pleasure to invite Steve Camper, New South Wales Minister for Sport and Minister for Jobs and Tourism, to the stage to say a few words.
Well, thank you, and it's wonderful to be here with all of you this morning. I'd like to start by acknowledging Auntie Lola and thank you for a wonderful welcome, and also acknowledge our traditional owners and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. But it's just wonderful just to be here in it's Sydney Opera House, Sydney's icon, on the beautiful harbour, and what a perfect day for today. Today we make history. The TCS Sydney Marathon makes its debut as an Abbott World Marathon Major, joining the great marathon cities of the world: Tokyo, New York, Boston, Chicago, Berlin and London. In just 3 years, this event has grown at an extraordinary pace, participation has surged from 5,000 runners in 2022 to 25,000 in 2024, and now we're expecting 35,000 this Sunday. That is the biggest marathon in Australian history. And friends, the world has taken notice. More than 79,000 runners entered our first ballot with competitors from 156 countries. I'm especially delighted to welcome the greatest marathon of all time, Eliud Kipchoge, and reigning Olympic gold medalist Sifan Hassan. Both are competing in Australia for the very first time, and their presence highlights the calibre of the appeal of this event and Sydney's reputation as one of the world's great sporting stages. The marathon is about more than running. It's about showcasing our city, from the Sydney Harbour Bridge at the start to the Opera House at the finish, and our stunning parklands and foreshore in between. No other marathon in the world can offer this experience. Through Destination New South Wales, the government is proud to back the Sydney Marathon, an event that celebrates our city, drives tourism, and is set to inject $300 million into the New South Wales visitor economy over the next decade. It will attract visitors, create jobs, and deliver enormous benefits to local businesses across our state. Congratulations to the Pont 3 team for their outstanding work in elevating this event to where it is today as an Abbott World Marathon major. Best of luck to every runner taking part this Sunday, and an early congratulations to those earning their first major star. I'll see you at the starting line. I won't be running, unfortunately, because I've got official duties. I've got to start the gun, fire the gun early on. Former Minister will be doing the running on Sunday, and I'm really looking forward to being there to do that and to enjoy the atmosphere of this great event. And to all Sydney-siders, come out, line the course, cheer on the runners, and soak up the festival atmosphere of this historic day for Sydney. This is more than a significant marathon. This is Sydney at its best. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Minister, and what a way to spend your birthday today, here launching the official press conference of the Sydney Marathon. And we do truly live in one of the most beautiful cities, and we can't wait to showcase it to the rest of the world on Sunday. Well, it's now my pleasure to introduce TCS Sydney Marathon Race Director Wayne Larden to talk us through the key elements of this Sunday's race. Welcome, Wayne.
Good morning. Thank you, Eloise. Thank you, Minister Camper. Welcome, everyone, to the 25th running of the TCS Sydney Marathon presented by ASICS. And here we are, just a few days short of creating history. When I was preparing for today and thinking about what's gone into, building this event into what it is now and the important things that we've done, I realised there's a lot of similarities between high performance and how elite athletes prepare for high performance and how event organisers or high performing event organisers prepare, and the similarities was really interesting to note. The journey to success, whether you're an elite athlete or an elite organiser, is very similar. Years of dedication, a true belief in your vision of success and striving for that relentlessly. Experience, years of it, training day by day, year by year, event by event. But success is not an individual pursuit. It requires teamwork and a great team. The team of the very best in the field. A team that wholeheartedly believe and share a vision of greatness and success. A team that work night and day to achieve success. For the TCS Sydney Marathon, this team is broad. The Pont 3 team responsible for delivery of the event. The New South Wales Government and Destination New South Wales, who absolutely wholeheartedly share our vision of greatness and success and give us everything that we need, including funding, including strategic advice. We appreciate that, Minister. Our partners like TCS and ASICS, our other delivery partners like the New South Wales Government agencies, New South Wales Police, Transport for New South Wales and New South Wales Health, and the many landowners and key suppliers who are integrally involved in the planning and execution of the event. For an event like the TCS Sydney Marathon, we also require the enthusiastic support of the global running community. We have this. as evidenced by the fact that in 2022 we had just 5,300 participants, and the growth this year to a staggering 79,000 people applying to run for one of the 35,000 spots. We've got dozens of community run clubs spread right across Sydney and Australia within our ecosystem, training every day of the year. What does success look like and mean to us? First and foremost, on race day, it's about us executing our event plan perfectly, our race plan. We have one of the most beautiful marathon courses in the world, the Sydney Harbour Bridge, the Sydney Harbour itself, the Sydney's tourist icons, and the greatest finish line of any marathon in the world, right here at the Sydney Opera House. We're a World Athletics Platinum Label marathon, and we're hosting the Australian Marathon Championships. Not only that, we've got the greatest marathon runners of all time here in Sydney, running through the streets of Sydney this Sunday. And we've got massive increases in local, interstate and international participation. This means incredible increases in economic impact for the event and the local business community. We will showcase our beautiful city of Sydney in a very positive way to participants and millions of viewers around the world via our global broadcasts. That will build future demand. We will connect communities, not just on race day, but right throughout the year. We will deliver an environment that's welcoming for everyone, where the entire community feels like they're a part of the event. And we will inspire and excite all of Sydney and Australia to run, to cheer, to volunteer, to take up running and enjoy the life-changing, positive community, mental and physical benefits of running. We will contribute to charity, and we've just raised over $8 million for charity this year, which is $6 million more than our previous highest. This Sunday, 31st of August, our vision, our dream, our hard work, our belief and our collaboration with our partners and the New South Wales Government will be realised. As we come full circle, born from the Sydney 2000 Olympic Games to creating history as we join the pinnacle of our sport and join the Abbott World Marathon Majors. I would like to wish everyone, all of the elites who are here, I'd like to wish all of you good luck and the other 35,000 runners. I hope you enjoy your journey through our beautiful streets and to this lovely finish line at the Sydney Opera House. Thank you.
Thank you, Wayne. It only feels like yesterday when you're up on stage having the acceptance speech in New York when you became announced that Sydney was a major. Now you're just days away from overseeing what is such a huge event for this city. Well, it's now my pleasure to invite Donna Stone, CEO of Abbott World Marathon Majors, to share a few words with us.
See if I have to bring this down a little for my short self here. I'm so excited to be here. Like you just mentioned, it's been a journey, but a fun one. In 2022, Abbott World Marathon Majors, as you guys know, began the search to find 3 new races in new territories to achieve our goal of making the series truly global, and one that inspires the whole world through the power of the marathon. On July 27, 2022, the Sydney Marathon became a candidate in that search. Well, we've come a long way since then. We are now just days away from the first running of the TCS Sydney Marathon as the 7th World Marathon Major. We will be the first to witness more than 35,000 runners cross the finish line to claim their series star. Watching them as they approach one of the most spectacular finish lines, and yes, I said it, Wayne, even if there's other race directors here, one of the most spectacular finish lines in the world, with the Harbour Bridge and the Opera House in the background, we will be truly a historic event. And I say that kind of lightly. We have a running joke here with all the race directors that what race is the best race among the majors? And so this is the best race in the world in August. Can I say that? That's how I think. As the CEO of Abbott World Marathon Majors, I am so proud to have the TCS Sydney Marathon, presented by ASICS, be part of the family of majors. On behalf of me, my team, all our race directors, our incredible title sponsor, Abbott, I would like to thank race director Wayne Larden, the entire Pont 3 team, and what an incredible team it is, Infront Sports, Destination New South Wales, and the New South Wales government for going on this incredible journey with us. Together, we had the vision, we had the drive, and we had the will to make it happen. You have earned your place among the best of the best. Our goal at Abbott World Marathon Majors is to inspire the world through the power of the marathon. And whether you're on the course or standing on the sidelines on race day or cheering people on, I am certain that you will feel that power as Sydney truly becomes part of the greatest marathon family in the world. We wish Wayne and his team every success this weekend and want to say a special thank you to all the officials and volunteers whom without we could not make this happen. And good luck to all the runners, nearly 4,000 of whom will be running to earn their 7th Abbott World Marathon Majors star. Wayne, Sydney has arrived. Welcome to the Abbott World Marathon Majors family.
Thank you, Donna. It's incredibly special to have Abbott World Marathon Majors here with us and mark our first year as part of the series, and we look forward to showcasing our city to the world this Sunday. Now, please join me in welcoming Vikram Singh, Country Head Australia and New Zealand, TCS.
Good morning. First off, let me acknowledge the dignitaries, the Honourable Minister Stephen Kemper, MP NSW, Minister for Sport and Minister for Jobs and Tourism, Wayne Larden, Race Director for TCS Sydney Marathon, Donna Stone, CEO Abbott World Marathon Majors, Grant Notes, Transport for NSW Executive Director, Paul Devane, Detective Superintendent, NSW Police. First of all, it's a great pleasure to be here as a title partner of the TCS Sydney Marathon, and they're presented by the ASICS in the debut year of 2025, which also marks the 25 years of Sydney Olympics 2000. TCS, as a part of the Tata Group, is a digital transformation technology partner of choice for global industry leaders worldwide with 600,000 people and $30 billion revenue. Also, TCS sponsors globally 14 most prestigious marathons, endurance events, including TCS New York Marathon, TCS London Marathon, and now third is TCS Sydney Marathon. It's a great pleasure to be part of the journey with you, Donna, and the entire Abbott World Marathon Major team, with the primary purpose of promoting health, sustainability, and empowering the communities globally. TCS is proud to be partner of the 5 of the 7 World Major Marathons in the different format and different partnerships around that. With a clear-cut focus locally in Australia also, this is a unique opportunity and platform for TCS ANZ team to really work with our customers, with our employees, and connecting with the runners and communities there. Some of them are present there. It is also an opportunity to demonstrate the power of innovative technologies, how technology can create a unique experience for the runners and help them to build a sustainable future around that. Once again, we are absolutely privileged to be part of the TCS Sydney Marathon Abbott World Major Marathon presented by ASICS, and looking forward the 31st of August journey, once again creating history for TCS Sydney World Major Marathon in Sydney. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Vikram. Your vision and leadership is instrumental in propelling the TCS Sydney Marathon to new heights. Well, now to provide some important information about road closures and public transport for race day, please welcome Grant Canotza, Transport for New South Wales Executive Director, who will walk us through some important information, ensure that keeps Sydney moving come Sunday.
Thank you very much, and good morning. For the first time, Sydney will join other iconic marathon cities and host the 7th Abbott World Marathon Major this Sunday. This year, the marathon will not only be the largest held in Australia, but also the centrepiece of an entire running festival over 2 days consisting of 4 events. We appreciate that a major event like this can cause disruption and some inconvenience, but we hope that Sydney-siders will come out and support Australia's biggest marathon by lining the streets and cheering from one of the spectacular live sites along the course. And if you do come out, public transport is the way to go. We have put on hundreds of additional services throughout the day. Remember, if you are participating in the Sydney Marathon, the cost of travel on metro, train, bus, ferry and light rail is included in your ticket. There will be major road closures over the weekend and travel across the city will be impacted and there will be potential delays and detours in place. Major roads around North Sydney, the Sydney CBD, Pyrmont, Darlinghurst, Moore Park, Centennial Park and Kingsford will be closed from around 2 a.m. in the morning to around 4 p.m. on Sunday afternoon. The Sydney Harbour Bridge and the Western Distributor will also be closed in both directions between 3 a.m. and 11 a.m. with no direct access between the Harbour Bridge and the Anzac Bridge at this time. The Sydney Harbour Tunnel and the Cross City Tunnel will, however, remain open, but we expect it to be very busy. Motorists should consider using Victoria Road and Parramatta Road as an alternative route to the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Public transport services, including buses and light rail, will also be affected during those road closures. Our metro and train services will run frequently to North Sydney, Victoria Cross and Crows Nest stations from just after 4 a.m. on Sunday morning to help participants get to the start line. After the race, there are plenty of major transport hubs in the Sydney CBD and the city, including Circular Quay, Wynyard and Martin Place, so that people can get home after the event. I'm urging everybody, particularly motorists, to avoid non-essential travel in the area where possible. If you must drive, please allow plenty of extra time and expect trips to take longer than usual. We recommend for anybody who is on the Transport Network this weekend to visit transportnsw.info and plan your public transport trip for the event. And for any real-time updates on traffic conditions, including road closures and special event clearways, visit livetraffic.com. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Grant, for that important update. To provide further details on keeping our spectacular city safe for the event, please welcome Detective Superintendent Paul Devaney from New South Wales Police.
Good morning and thank you. So as you're aware, over 40,000 people will be participating in two separate events this weekend in relation to Sunday's TCS Sydney Marathon. Police have been working closely with event organisers and other agencies to ensure the safety of participants, event staff, spectators and the wider community during and throughout Sunday's marathon. Like any other major event, police want people to enjoy the TCS Sydney Marathon in a safe and secure environment. We will not tolerate antisocial or criminal behaviour of any kind. Significant policing resources will be deployed across the marathon footprint during the event, and they include police from the North West Metropolitan Region and Central Metropolitan Region, the Police Transport Command, Traffic and Hire Patrol, mounted police, dog unit, bike unit and other specialist resources. We'll be working with Transport for New South Wales to facilitate the free passage of participants along the marathon course and also to manage any traffic issues resulting from associated road closures. Large crowds are expected in the Sydney CBD, both pedestrians and motorists, and they need to be aware of their responsibilities on the road and make sure they are travelling with care. As Grant has indicated in relation to transport, we urge the same. We urge participants and the community to plan their trips to the affected areas in advance, avoid unnecessary travel, use public transport, expect delays and plan ahead for your travel times. Above all, we'd like to wish every success to the event and participants for the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Detective Superintendent Paul Devaney from New South Wales Police, and please join me in thanking all of our speakers here this morning. Okay, well, I'd like to invite Minister Camper back to the stage to present the official race bibs to the elite marathon and wheelchair marathon field. Widely regarded as one of the brightest prospects in Australian distance running, please help me in welcoming Australia's Leanne Pompiani, who burst onto the marathon scene earlier this year with a stunning 2 hours, 24 minutes and 53 seconds, marking the fastest debut ever by an Australian woman. Keep the applause going for four-time Olympian Lisa Waitman, who boasts an extraordinary competitive career spanning nearly 2 decades, including top 10 finishes in London, New York and Chicago, and 2 Commonwealth Games medals. Making her highly anticipated TCS Sydney Marathon debut, please welcome one of Australia's most celebrated distance runners, Commonwealth Games gold medalist and 2-time Olympian, Jessica Stenson. Well, this one is one to watch. Returning to defend her 2024 title, that is. Please welcome Ethiopia's Workinesh Edese, who set the Australian all-comers record last year in a time of 2 hours, 21 minutes, 41 seconds, shattering the long-standing Olympic record from the Sydney 2000 Olympic Games. Making her TCS Sydney Marathon debut, please welcome former world record holder Bridget Kosgei from Kenya with an impressive resume that includes 5 Abbott World Marathon Majors victories in London, Chicago and Tokyo. And now to close our women's field, all eyes turn to one of the greatest athletes of our generation. A 4-time Olympic medalist and reigning Paris Olympic marathon champion, her personal best of 2 hours, 13 minutes, 44 seconds makes her the 3rd fastest woman in history. She is one of the most versatile and extraordinary distance runners the sport has ever witnessed. Please give a great big Sydney welcome to Safan Hassan of the Netherlands. What an incredible lineup of women we have in action this Sunday. And we're only just getting started. Let's shift our focus to the men, beginning with our Australian lineup. First up, Samuel Clifford, a rising star from Tasmania, making his marathon debut right here in Sydney. Known for his strength on the track and cross-country, Sam now steps up to the ultimate distance and will be one to watch as he tackles 42.195 kilometres for the first time on Sunday. Samuel Clifford. Taking to the stage now was a Sydney local. Please welcome 2-time national marathon champion and 2023 Melbourne Marathon winner, Thomas DeCanto. Let's give a big round of applause to 2-time Olympian Brett Robinson, Australia's former national record holder with an incredible personal best time of 2 hours, 7 minutes and 31 seconds. Welcome. Up next, Ethiopia's Haile Mariam Kiros, making his TCS Sydney Marathon debut with a personal best time of 2 hours, 4 minutes, 34 seconds and a strong performance in Berlin and Valencia. He arrives in Sydney ready to make his mark on the global stage. Well, the depth of the elite male field is further bolstered by Brianu Lagase, also from Ethiopia. He's a 2-time Tokyo Marathon champion, a member of the esteemed NN running team and holds the 9th fastest marathon time in history. And now, to close out our men's field, we welcome a true legend of our sport, widely regarded as the greatest marathoner of all time. He's the only human in history to run a marathon in under 2 hours. A 2-time Olympic gold medalist and 11-time Abbott World Marathon Major champion. His victories span London, Berlin, Chicago and Tokyo. Today he makes his long-awaited TCS Sydney Marathon debut. Please give a big Aussie welcome to Eliud Kipchoge of Kenya. What an incredible lineup of runners so far, and it doesn't stop there. The TCS Sydney Marathon also boasts one of the strongest wheelchair fields ever assembled, featuring Paralympic champions and major marathon winners who will light up the streets of Sydney on Sunday. Let's begin by meeting our elite women's wheelchair athletes. First up, one of the most exciting young talents on the global circuit, Great Britain's Eden Rainbow Cooper. Eden was the first British woman to win the Boston Marathon presented by Bank of America, and we look forward to seeing what she can do in Sydney on Sunday. Now, Eden will be joined by one of the most dominant athletes in the sport today, holding a personal best of 1 hour, 27 minutes and 31 seconds. It's the fastest time in this year's women's field. A Paralympic gold medalist, she's known for explosive power, aggressive race strategy, we love that, and consistent Abbott World Marathon major performances, including wins in Boston, Chicago and New York. Please welcome Susanna Scaroni from the United States of America. That is our women's wheelchair field, and now it's time to meet the elite men who bring just as much depth, speed and world-class experience to Sydney this year. Representing Australia, he is in red-hot form following a triumphant win at the Gold Coast Marathon. A Paralympian, he continues to establish himself as one of the nation's brightest wheelchair racing talents. Please welcome Sam Rizzo. Returning to defend his crown, please welcome the two-time reigning TCS Sydney Marathon champion representing Canada, it's Josh Cassidy. And widely regarded as one of the next dominant force in men's wheelchair racing, the next athlete's rapid rise has marked him as a future global champion, a Paralympic bronze medalist. Please welcome Tomoki Suzuki from Japan. Could we please give another big round of applause for all of our athletes up here on the stage. I'd like to invite Minister Camper and Race Director Wayne Larden on stage to join our athletes for a quick group photo. Well, thank you, Wayne and Minister, and thank you again to our incredible athletes. At this point, we'll invite most of our athletes to exit the stage as we prepare to commence our media interviews. It's an opportunity for everyone to get involved. So we're going to have some of the athletes lead, yeah? Yeah. So our wheelchair athletes will stay up on stage and we'll have a little panel with them. So now that the stage is set, let me reintroduce our wheelchair elite panels. Susanna Scaroni, Eden Rainbow Cooper, Josh Cassidy and Sam Rizzo. Media, this is an opportunity for you to ask questions to our athletes. I might kick things off. Susanna wins in Boston, Chicago and New York. Here in Sydney now, preparing for Sunday. Tell us about how preparation's been and I suppose any nerves obviously leading into such a big race.
Yeah, thank you. It's an awesome pleasure to get to be here as the first year that Sydney is major. It's been an amazing experience so far in my short time of being here. My preparation's been good over the summer, so I'm really looking forward to some cooler weather here compared to where I train in Illinois. And a really what sounds like a super technical, challenging course. Sounds like a great, I would say, just challenge. So I'm looking forward to Sunday.
Amazing. I'll open up the floor to anyone in the media that would like to ask any of our athletes a question. No? I'm happy to ask. Josh, I might start with yourself. I suppose looking at the course of Sydney, how does it compare? What sort of goes through your mind in the lead up between now and Sunday? What do the next couple of days look like for you?
Next couple of days are pretty easy. Sydney, this is my third time doing it, and beautiful course, challenging, technical, scenic. I love this city, and yeah, I'm looking forward to doing it again on Sunday.
Amazing, thank you. Eden Rainbow Cooper, talk to us about the preparation that goes in for a race like this. What does a week look like for you? And I suppose, what does the next couple of 48 hours, 72 hours look like in the lead up to race day?
Yeah, this is sort of like the first marathon in the second half of the year for us, so we have quite a nice leading to it. So for me, it's been like the last few months at home, just training, you know, every day in the chair, getting in the miles. It's hard to imagine the course, you can see it, but this being my first time here, it's hard to truly prepare so specifically for it. But yeah, it's more now being in the mental mindset of just making sure I'm relaxed, I'm calm and ready to race. Yeah, my body is as well prepared as it can be, so it's just a mental game now.
Unreal. Good luck to all of our competitors this weekend. We wish you all the very best. Please give a round of applause to our panel here. Whilst they exit the stage, we will have a second panel this morning. It'll be an incredible lineup of champions and record holders who are sure to light up the streets in Sydney come Sunday. Okay, for the next panel, please welcome Brett Robinson, Tom DeCanto, Brianna Lagasse, Bridget Cosgay, Jessica Stenson and Lisa Waitman back to the stage. Well, I might kick one question off and then we'll hand it over to the media. Jessica, I might start with yourself. A debut here in Sydney, edge closer to the event. Talk to us about how you're feeling. It's finally here.
I know, I'm so excited to be here and to be part of this special milestone. I remember as a young 12-year-old being here watching the Sydney 2000 Olympics, and I'm so grateful that Mum and Dad were able to just make the sacrifice to bring our family here for that Olympic Games, because it's where the seed was planted for me. I saw the Aussies performing, in particular Benita Willis, and that's where the seed was planted that, you know, one day I'd love to become a sports person. And so to be here 25 years later, running on the streets, remembering like so specifically when I saw the Sydney Harbour Bridge for the first time at the Olympics and feeling like that was such a magical moment. So I'm really looking forward to running across it and, just being part of this strong field.
Absolutely. Would anyone else in the media like to ask a couple of questions to any of our athletes up on stage? Yep, there's a couple here.
My question's for Brett Robinson. With some of the best, world's best lining up in Sydney, what would it mean to you to be the first Australian home in the first Sydney Marathon as a world major?
It's very special to me. Like, obviously, on two fronts, like I'm happy to be back running marathons. I haven't run a marathon in 2 years, so this is even more special that I feel like I'm back in good shape and ready to race and be competitive. But then it's good to see that we've had such a strong Australian field here, ready to battle it out. Like there's good prize money, so it's and I think as now it's become a major, you can see like Sam's running his first marathon, so it's going to already having that effect on the next generation of marathoners. So my goal is to be number one Australian for sure, but I want to be as competitive as I can in the whole race as well. Like I'm not going to just run the Australian race. Like I want to finish as high as I possibly can.
Did you have a question? Yeah.
My question is also for Brett Robinson. I'm wondering about your mindset and if the home course advantage changes your racing strategy.
Yeah, I've been talking about the home ground advantage. Hopefully it's just people starting to believe it's actually a thing. Like I've run the course before, so I know it is tough and there's some very tough parts. I know there's going to be a lot of people cheering my name and the other Australians' names, so hopefully we can feed off that and help us in those latter stages. I'm confident and I'm excited. So I think when you're going into a race like that, you're setting yourself up for a good race.
Perfect. We've got one up the back. We'll just get a microphone to her.
Thank you. This is for Lisa. Lisa, what are your memories of the Sydney Olympics and what's it like for you to now be a part of this as the first major in Sydney?
Well, my memories of Sydney 2000 were actually with an injury, and I was hoping back then to make our, to really make have an opportunity to run on Australian soil in the marathon. And I was battling stress fracture after stress fracture in my early 20s. So to be here at 46, having the amazing opportunity to be part of this elite field, to run across that bridge that is such an icon for Australians, and to be part of this elite field, just having a momentous occasion for Sydney, for Pont 3, for all of our community, the health and fitness of our Australians, and to welcome all of the internationals to our beautiful country. All of those things are going through my mind, and I'm so grateful to be here and to have the chance to finish in this iconic Opera House finish line.
Amazing. Thank you so much to our wonderful panel, and no doubt you guys have got a lot of preparation in the lead up to Sunday that unfolds from here on in. Thank you so much for your time, and please give a round of applause to our panel. Well, as they exit the stage and make their way back to the green room, we've arrived at the moment that a lot of us have been waiting for. Our final panel brings together two of the biggest names in world sport, true icons who have redefined what's possible in the marathon. On one side, the reigning Olympic marathon champion from Paris and one of the most versatile athletes in history. And on the other, the greatest marathoner of all time, a two-time Olympic champion, an 11-time Abbott World Marathon Majors winner. Please welcome to the stage Sifan Hassan and Eliud Kipchoge. Well, what an honour it is to share the stage with the two of you. Eliud, I might start with yourself. Your first time in Australia, your impressions of our beautiful city.
First and foremost is that I want to appreciate the organization of the Sydney Marathon. I know they have been doing great job for the last 25 years until it's now a World Abbott Major Marathon. I want to say many, many congratulations for actually being among the 7. You know, the job has been hard, but they have been putting the hard work, consistency. They have been actually having sleepless nights to make this happen, to make Sydney the 7th one. And all in all is that I'm happy to be here in Australia. I'm happy to be in Sydney. This is the first time World Major Marathon. It's my first time to be in Sydney. It's fast. So I want to tell everybody who is coming here, let us make this first World Abbott Major Marathon the beautiful one. Yes.
Thank you. I'd like to open up to the media. Yes, the gentleman over here in the 4th row.
Thanks very much, David Mark from the ABC. I'd like to ask you both what you know of the course, what sort of reconnaissance have you done of the course, and what sort of time you think might be capable on this course?
On my side, actually, the course is the course. I think we have come here to run, we have come here to enjoy every mile in Sydney. So we'll actually present ourselves at the starting line, enjoy every mile, and we make sure that we go across the finishing line.
And Sifan, have you managed to do some sort of reconnaissance of the course, and what do you make of it? I mean, there's been a lot of talk about the fact that it's quite hilly, not some really steep hills, but nevertheless, what do you make of it?
I don't know. I'm not good at hill, so I'm not good at hill. But I really don't know. Like I'm really happy to be here in Australia, and I'm really happy to be participate with the first major marathon. I want to be be part of the history, and also Australia. You know, here in Sydney they have Olympic 25 years ago. I'm really grateful, happy to be here. But the course, and I will see. You know, it's the hard thing. It's not like track. So I ran track. I know I already memorized all the laps. But the marathon, the course, you can't really think before you do. So it is better this question you ask me after the race. I'll tell you.
Elliot and Safan, could I ask both of you, neither of you have anything left to prove from a competitor standpoint. I'm just wondering, at this point of your careers, what do you draw as a sense of motivation and inspiration to continue to compete in a race that is such a massive challenge?
Always, I don't know, and I don't need to prove anything, but I want to still press on to promote the movement. I believe running is the movement. I believe marathon actually is life. I believe in the distance actually for the 2 kilometers, we have actually the straight and a flat side, and we have the palms on the way. Straight is where we can enjoy, and on the palms we are getting on the way is where we can learn and grow. So what I'm getting motivation from all my fans who are supporting me around the world. And, you know, getting messages of inspiration, helping me to make this world running world. I'm here today at Southern Hemisphere in Australia to make this country a running nation, to make sure that everybody actually in Australia is getting out of the doors, run, enjoy, and, you know, feel free. I always say, if you don't run, you are a prisoner. So I'm to tell all the prisoners and all the Australians, let us not be the prisoners. Let us get out of the door and run.
Can you ask me again?
Sure. I'm just curious to understand, given everything you've achieved, how you continue to find motivation and inspiration to compete in something like the marathon that takes obviously such a huge body of work just to get to the start line. What's your why?
Oh, yeah, that's a great question. For both of you, that's a great question. Anyway, like, to me, I'm very curious person, and I do crazy stuff. And I want to also young people, young athlete, young student, that they just don't stuck on one thing. Just do like be open-minded, be curious, solve the problem. I just wanted to learn how to. That's actually more motivate me to do many things and challenge myself and of course I'm very scared, but I'm really there to do it. So I want to like young children just go out of the comfort zone, because it's like when you do always many things, it is very hard. It's like that's my challenge. That's when I do some many stuff like the young people, the people look at and they try to dare to do what they scare of it, but good things, not bad things. Mm-hmm. So that's what motivates me more, to just show like be curious, try to do many stuff, not just stuck one thing or something.
Any other questions?
Yeah, hi, Elliot and Stefan. Question for both of you. Of course, well, firstly, you, Elliot, you've competed in so many majors. Can you just talk about, the magic of the majors? You know, how special it is to be involved, and how much Sydney becoming a major could do for running in Australia?
Oh, Sydney being actually among the majors is a plus. It's a plus to the country. It's a plus to the government and local government of Sydney. It's a plus to the Ministry of Tourism here in Australia, because a lot of people are coming here. Remember, over 100 and something countries actually are participating here. Over 250 languages will be spoken on Sunday. And it's really a huge thing for Sydney to be involved as one of the world Hobart major marathons. So it's a big deal. Above all is that all Hobart marathons, all major marathons actually are bringing the sport to the nearly to their fans. And that's a plus also. On the other hand is that running and marathon is a movement. Now Sydney has joined a real movement in this world, where we can move our minds, where we can move our hearts, where we can move our souls. There is nothing actually you can move your heart, your mind, and your soul like a marathon. You can get it everywhere, even with AI. You can get it. this is a place whereby you won by your sweat, you won by your blood. You celebrate by the sweat and by the blood. You celebrate actually in a good way, in a natural way. And that's the one way whereby all Abbott Major Marathons actually has come in, bring together all the 7 marathons and started and say, hey, let us move together to enjoy this humanly thing.
Did you want Stefan as well?
Oh, yeah. Okay. It is really great that they have here the major marathon, and there's like Australia and one continent. We should have in every continent one major marathon. Actually, it is really great. It is also they also have history of Olympics. To be here to have the major marathon in the Australia in Sydney, that's one of the greatest things. And also, Australian people are like very sportive. Like at the Olympic, always top 3, top 4. That's great. I'm really happy to be like the first, the seven major marathon is here. It is amazing. I'm also grateful to be here. And marathon is one of the greatest things. Like I always say, it is good for everybody because it's like you challenge yourself for, I don't know, some people for 5 hours, 6 hours, 2 hours. It is very hard to have that discipline, and you're gonna get happiness after the endorphin you have it. That's one of the great things for your health, for brain, for also overcome your challenge. Marathon is one of amazing things. I hope many people more sport. It's any sport, but to test yourself, that's like how you test your patient is by doing marathon. It is great. I'm really grateful, happy to have here in the 7th major marathon.
Let's go lady over here.
This is sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're right. This is a question to both of you. It's a simple question. Sydney-siders, we love to hear how beautiful our city is. Do you think this will be the most beautiful course you've ever run through?
I think the city is beautiful, and it's already beautiful. I think it will be beautiful. On my side, it will be a beautiful course and a beautiful race.
Yeah, it is a really great question, but let me run. I will answer how great it is. But the city is really beautiful. It is so diverse. Some places look like Europe, like look here, like in Netherlands we have a city we call Nijmegen. Some places look like in some like in Arab country. It's very diverse, and I have never seen so much water. So it is very great. But I don't know about the course, and I think, especially if I win, I will love it more.
It's already been mentioned, all the great achievements that you guys have had, and you're well established, and your reputation is fabulous. But as we get older, we obviously slow down, our body changes, it becomes more challenging. Do you still feel that pressure to perform because you're all viewed as these legends in running? Or are you now comfortable accepting the changes, maybe slowing down, and maybe not coming in first anymore?
First and foremost, running at 40 is a privilege. And running at 40 actually is a success. And I'm happy that my body is still handling the trainings. I am happy that I'm still running like anybody else. So that's why I'm here.
Mm-hmm. I think it's really great what Ali do. It is people always say why ages matter to people. Always tell the people, so especially at the 40 because your cardiovascular gets stronger for marathon. As you get older, you get stronger. Because his bone gets stronger, his cardiovascular gets stronger. And number one, also he's like you don't have to win always. To run 2 marathon to win, and he's like, if he do actually, he would make many younger people motivate to more exercise. Also, it's like people shouldn't stop until they die exercising. So if you want to be live longer, you should exercise until 80, 100, I don't know, 120. How long you live?
I think we'll take just one more here. There's 2 more, and then we'll wrap up our panel.
All right, thank you. Elio, ¿cómo estás? So, Elio, we met back in 2023 in Boston, and you explained to me that it took us around 5 months to prepare to the Boston Marathon. I'm wondering, this marathon, how long you prepare for, and how focused you are, because I know it's not only on winning, you already built a legacy, and you continue to build the legacy, and you bring in the running to this part of the world. So how are you preparing, and also what do you expecting on more future for your legacy?
I've been preparing actually for the last 3.5 months towards Sydney, and I believe that legacy is not earned because of medals. Legacy is not earned because of records, but legacy is earned when you inspire someone. Legacy is earned when you make a change in sport. Legacy is earned when you motivate somebody to cut out of the doors and, try to push the limits as a human being. And that's what I'm doing. My future actually will be figured on motivation and inspiration and, making this world a running world. That's what the future holds for me.
We'll just take one more here at the back.
Sorry. Once you have both finished the marathon, how will you be celebrating?
If you win or if you
How will you be celebrating?
It depends. I mean, if I win, I don't know. Most of the time, I don't know even, do I have celebration? I don't go to drink alcohol, and I don't go party. Maybe I don't know, I just eat some ice cream.
Yeah.
Or don't do it. Yeah, I just enjoy, like with friends, go out, eat and something. But I think every marathon I have celebrated, even if I become number 4, 5. I don't know, for some reason, I'm really happy to finish marathon. I lost in Tokyo Marathon, I still celebrate it. I don't know about Elliot. I'm really curious to hear.
I think my celebration actually will immediately across the finishing line. That's how I celebrate.
Sifan, just one question for you. I believe your team had said that you were leaving open the option of going to the World Championships, which is going to be in a couple of weeks. Have you made a decision? And if you decide not to go to the World Championships, why have you prioritised the Sydney Marathon over winning a gold medal at the World Championships?
I think I almost make the decision I'm not going to go to World Champion because like it's 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I don't think I'm going to recover. Like the first couple days, I barely work after the marathon. And the things I've really, it was so hard decision for me because it's like, it is World Champion since 2015, I think. Since 2015, so almost 14 years, I have never skipped any World Champion. And it is in Tokyo, I have great memory, the Olympic champion, Olympic championships. I think 2 gold and 1 bronze. And that's very good. But I really want to be part of Sydney Marathon because the first major marathon, who doesn't want to be part of the first major marathon? I really want to be part of this because the history have 2000, they hosted already Olympics the Sydney. So that's why I really thought about it. I really thought about to do, but my heart really want to be as far as major marathon at this marathon. It is in Australia, and that's why it is very hard decision. But I really choose to be here because this one looked to me more excited, and I still world champion, great, and hope I do.
Well, Sifan, we're very honoured that you've chosen Sydney Marathon in such a big decision for yourself and your career. Well, what an absolute privilege to hear from 2 of the greatest athletes in history of our sport. On behalf of everyone here, thank you, Sifan Hassan and Eliud Kipchoge, for sharing your time with us here today. Can you please help me in giving a big, warm welcome applause? And we wish you all the very best this Sunday. We'll get a quick photo of these 2, an opportunity for the media to get any shots that you may need before we conclude our formalities here this morning. Thank you. Well, that concludes our formalities for this morning. Thank you to all our guests and speakers for joining us today. We now invite media to step outside where the stunning backdrop of the Sydney Harbour Bridge awaits. Photography will commence there, along with interview opportunities for select spokespeople and athletes. For the rest of our guests, feel free to remain here and enjoy the refreshments provided by the wonderful team at the Sydney Opera House. Thank you.